Hey everyone, my name is Sean Tamjagsingh, line producer on NHL 13. We're going to hop into gameplay here, take a look at some of the cool new presentation elements, talk about some gameplay, talk about some strategies, and see what else happens in this game of hockey. So the first thing to pay attention to is just all the great work that the team's done on our presentation. Reworking all the lighting, just all the different presentation elements. When you look at the detail on the players, the environments, just everything this year, the package is just incredible. From the details on the skates, the pants, the details on the socks, and the ribbing on the socks, the visors, the helmets, just the entire package this year really just brings the game to life. And I'm going to sit back for a second and let you take a look at this intro sequence of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Pennsylvania lost to hockey played here. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne along with Bill Clement. Tonight's game between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Bruins. Our matchup in this game sees guys who know how to keep that puck away from the...
One of our goals this year was to really replicate true broadcast. We actually have a true broadcast camera in the game this year, which we'll take a look at a little bit later on. You're seeing some of the intro sequence here, but as we get into gameplay, pay attention to how we've moved away from the non-interactive sequences when the puck goes out of play and things like that, and moved towards more AI-driven sequences. So the players are doing, oh, there's an early quick goal by the Boston Bruins on me. So everything you're seeing here after the goal is all driven by AI. So those are players on the ice doing what they would do after the game, and that allows us as producers to place cameras where we want to place them and tell relevant stories with the commentary and with the camera cut. So really try to replicate a true broadcast feel with our game this year.
So they'll drop the puck here. Now what you want to do if you're the visiting team, keep that pressure on. Don't let this crowd and this home team back into the game. Good pass up through the middle. DeLucci on the stick to the offensive end.
So one of the big things this year for us, is our true broadcast, is our true performance skating system. So you'll see right now it's all about the explosiveness so that the fast players really feel like they're extremely fast. Explosive players can hit a gap, see a gap, and get to it real quick. So literally just pushing up on the stick. I'm going to go to replay here real quick. Just pushing up on the stick gets you into top end speed. So as you see here, get into top end speed. But because the whole system is driven by real-time physics, as I get to top-end speed, just like a car going 100 miles per hour, I can't cut in on a dime. So you see here, Chara knows that I have nowhere to go. So he just plays me conservative. I can't get to the front of the net. And you see, in past versions of the game, you'd be able to cut on a dime and get right to the front of the net. Here, I have no angle to get to the front of the net, and Chara plays good positional hockey and makes a good defensive play. The other big part of the skating is the ability to back skate. So we really focused on giving users the tools and the tool set to have the tool set of a true NHL player, any professional hockey player in the league. With NHL 07, what we did is we really took the shackles off the players' hands with the skill stick. So you have the freedom to create with your upper body. And for us to take the next big leap with our gameplay, we had maxed out what we could do with our old skating engine. So for us, it was about the true performance skating and really taking the shackles off your feet now so you have full control of your player's skates. So literally just pressing the left trigger here, I can put my character into a back skate. Put him to a pivot, and again, I have full control. And when you combine that with the right stick controls with the skill stick, you literally have all the moves available to an NHL player, allowing you to create the same moments that you see in the real NHL in our game. So here's Hartnell getting into some speed down the wing. One of the things you're going to notice this year when you play is that it's really important to play, good, proper positional hockey, good controlled hockey, get in the zone, set up, work it back to the points, work for screen goals, work for deflections. We're seeing just a lot more just good hockey goals in the game this year. Get in the zone. Here's a good little play here. So again, what the creativity element of the true performance skating allows you to do is here I'm on my backhand. not a great shot for the slot, taking a backhand from that far out, but I have the ability to pivot and then take the shot. Oh, there's an example of good little deflection, a great save by the goalie, which kind of leads me to my next point about how true performance skating has really changed the overall feel of the game, and to really to complete that gameplay overhaul that we wanted to achieve this year, with NHL 13, we need to also overhaul our AI. So we spent more time this year on our AI as a result of how much the true performance skating changed the game. So more time on our AI this year than we have in the past 3 years combined, just really trying to round out that experience. So when we talk about our EA Sports Hockey IQ, which is our AI overhaul, there's 3 parts to it. The first part is really replicating the way that hockey's played around the world these days and the different strategies. So we have 5 times as many strategies in the game this year. All the different forechecks you see me scrolling through, all the different neutral zone setups there. And then I can also have a bias of how aggressive I want my team to be, or how much of a neutral zone trap I want them to play. So I can adjust that on the fly using the D-pad. The second part is players just being, aware, both offensively and defensively, both of where the puck is. So offensively, so they can give proper puck support and provide passing options, and then defensively, understanding what the role is within the system that they're playing. So not only are they aware of the puck, but they're also aware of the guys off the puck and who they should be aware of, and who they should be responsible for. So what that's done is it's made it a lot more strategic getting out of the zone. A lot of times, good little deflection there. A lot of times in past versions of the game, you could press the pass button 3 times and get out of your zone, no problem, against any forecheck. This year it's a lot more strategic. We're rewarding players, both CPU and user control players, for just playing good positional hockey and being in the right place. And you'll see players taking away passing lanes with active sticks and things like that. So you can actually pin a guy or pin a team into the zone this year just by using the right forechecks and being in the right place and playing proper positional hockey, as opposed to playing extremely aggressive. And the last part with the EA Sports Hockey IQ is the goalies. So in the past, goalies were only aware of the puck carrier and the puck carrier and the primary scoring threat. Whereas this year with a 2-on-1, for example, the goalie will recognize. Here's a good look at the new net cam part of the presentation overhaul. Goalies will be aware of the secondary threats as well, so they'll understand that there's a player open for a pass on a 2-on-1. Will sometimes start to anticipate over. If you see him leaning, you can sometimes pick the short side off. But the great thing about it is the goalies have individual limb movement this year, so they can move their arms and legs independent of one another. So when they dive across to make a save, they can get their arm or their stick or their leg to wherever the puck is. So what we've done there is basically add an infinite amount of animations, which has made the goalies extremely dynamic and just play a lot more authentically, a lot different than the previous versions of the game. Let's see if we can get something going on offense here a little bit. Wait for a little traffic in front. I touched briefly on the momentum earlier. When you get your hands on it, the demo actually just went live. Today, so people are starting to play it right now, which is exciting for us. But you'll notice that it's about, making the right reads and making the reads that a real NHL player has to make. So understanding that if a player is coming at you with speed, and you're the defenseman and you're not moving back fast enough, that he has the opportunity to blow by him. So it's about maintaining the gaps, recognizing how fast the player is coming at you, recognizing how fast you're moving, and adjusting accordingly. The other thing is you'll see, on races for the puck. You'll notice that, if a guy goes in and has the advantage on you and is going to get the puck, it's almost better for you to let off, be in a more controlled state, so you can read which way he's going and execute the proper forecheck or play your proper positional hockey, as opposed to just chasing after him full speed like you would in years past, because you'll end up just skating right into the boards because your momentum will take you there. Example of that aggressive forecheck. Here's another move I want to show you real quick. So when we talk about speed versus control, coming down, I got a good amount of speed here. I go into a glide, Nice controlled state as I see the D-man stepping up to make an aggressive play. And literally, just by going to a 45 on the stick here, I'm able to do a little quick move around him. He got a little piece of me, but you can see how just using the left stick, I'm able to execute a move, quick move, explode to a 45, and have a chance of getting around the player. So again, our skating, we've done a lot with skating, but a big focus for us was just really keeping it extremely accessible to everyone. Like I mentioned before, just all this creativity elements of it, the explosiveness, the top end speed, the momentum is all just the left stick and the left trigger. Good example of just the CPU being my CPU teammate being in the right position to pick off a pass for me. You can really, counter your teammates both offensively and defensively, do a better job for you this year. Here's some of the footwork in the corner again because the CPU making a nice little block there. Because we give you the control now to backskate your player, you have the ability to protect the puck. Keep your body between, the puck and your man, just so you have a better ability to maintain control of it and set up for the right play, the play you want to make. Again, CPU being aggressive, coming out, making a block, and you can do the same thing when we talk about speed versus control. Defensively, you can do the same thing as well. So, player's about to shoot the puck at the point. You start skating out towards them, let off your stick. So doing less actually gets you more, and your player will do a contextual shot block for you. And that was really important to us. We didn't want to put, all these controls on multiple different buttons. We wanted to make it extremely accessible to everybody so that, players are doing the right things for you when you expect them to do it, and you don't need a crazy button combination to make it happen.
Keep this offense going. He's got it. About to close the second period out.
There's a little dump to the weak side. Oh, nice little short side high goal by Hartnell. The other great thing about what we've done this year with the player differentiation, with the speed, and all the different strategies we put in there. So if you see a team playing, a 1-3-1 or a 1-4, and really trying to plug up the blue line to make it difficult to enter the zone, that's when you get your wingers going with speed and use the dump and chase. Force that D-man to pivot, get in there on the forecheck, recover the puck. So dump and chase, is extremely useful strategy this year, both offensively, just to gain entry to the zone with all the different strategies that we put in there to counter you entering the zone. Mr. Pronger throwing a big hit there. That's the other thing with the physics this year. Size and strength really matter. So when you play with a Chara or any other big guy, you're really going to feel their size and strength, and they're going to be tough to knock off the puck, and if they get a hit on you, they're probably going to knock you over. The size really does make a big difference this year, and you'll see guys of the same size and strength knocking people over a lot less, but you'll see a lot more using their body to nudge people off the puck or bump them off the puck, not necessarily knocking them over, but out-muscling them and taking the puck away from them.
That one up in the defensive zone. They'll reorganize. To Hartnell. 2-on-2 in the rush.
Let's get something set up here on the power play.
Quick opportunity. Boy, there's a fearless play right there. Put the body in front of it. Along the blue line as they go D to D. Good play with a stick. He's going to put that one away easily. Bergeron. Scoring chance. Breakaway. The D's on him. Oh, what a save.
Again, you saw me close the gap there on Bergeron.
Breaks that offensive flow up.
Oh. Pronger recognizing the opening in the slot,
Pronger's ability to get
get into open ice and hit him, and nice little slap shot finish.
Here, this goalie needed a little luck, maybe the handle of his stick. It didn't happen.
That's another thing you'll see a lot of this year is, the players being intelligent. When you're set up in the offensive zone, or even on the rush for that matter, players recognizing that there's a hole or a soft spot in the defense, and players will take advantage of that. You'll see the D-man pinch out of the setup, get to that spot, and if you can hit them, it makes for a great scoring opportunity.
Takes that up through center. The Bruins snipers have found a spot from which to work, and that's the slot.
Look, you want to try to keep teams on the outside. These guys are allowing this team to come right up the middle at them. That center lane is wide open.
To Reed. Good breakup. Boy, what a battle to get control of that puck. To Krejci. To Lucic.
Lucic's pretty tough to knock over, but I was able to knock him off the puck there.
That in. Back up to that blue line point area. Gets that one off. Slot area. To Payet. To Ralston. On the offensive attack. This is a 2-on-1. Takes that puck right in front of the
Here's some of the goalie, understanding that there is a
good save.
scoring threat across the ice, got over there. Here's a good example. I'm going to stop it real quick and just show you this. Just another good example of when we talk about, the AI being more aware of what's going on. You see almost like 1-2-2 set up for their forecheck here. And then I try to make a long breakout pass here. CPU recognizes that, steps up, picks it off. Doesn't pick it off clean, gets a piece of it, then picks it up on his second attempt. Again, just another example of the AI and the A-Sports Hockey IQ at work, just the smarter AI.
Across the ice to the corner. Up the wing he comes. Good pass. Wrist shot on. Oh, what a save.
Good example of the little
To Thornton.
45 to the middle of the ice there. He's going to make a scoring chance.
Diagonally, in the air and into the corner. Nice breakup. Loose puck in the zone. He's got it. Use the pad.
Oh, here's another good play. This is CPU here. I'm going to point this out real quick. So CPU, I could decide that I'm going to be aggressive with Giroux and go for the hit. And he decides to use the true performance skating, pivot into me, put his back to me, protect the puck, and then pass the puck across the crease.
To Kelly. Moves that back up. Offense will start at the far side corner and that easy dump in.
Here's a good example. Again, we talked about the dump and chase a little bit earlier. Let's see how this play happens here. So I know that I got Giroux coming down with speed here. I dump it high. Giroux uses his speed, gets in there, picks the puck up on the dump and chase. Again, dump and chase. Very good strategy to use this year.
Boychuk. To Marshall. Shot gets blocked. Shen. To Hartnell. Good poke check. Picks that off of the D. 2-on-2 the other way. He's got that puck at the point. Big save. There's a wrist shot. Nice save of the block.
CPU working back to the point for some point shots as well.
That ends that offensive attack. To Bergeron. Nice quick snap. Outstanding save made on a big-time shot. Lucic is trying to get position in front of that net. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Dubina's play right now is noticeably physical.
And Gary, you have to think that a coach said something to him on the bench. Come on.
Settle it down for the last minute 17.
Nice play. Goaltender denying right there. He got the job done.
Wow, what game would be complete, Gary, without a little bit of drama from the goaltender flashing leather with the hand on that save.
Third period of play, and we're closing in on the end of this one. Philadelphia's power play goal that came earlier in this period may be the game difference. And we're closing in on the end of the third. Outstanding finish.
Here's an example. We talk about different lines, the momentum. Here I decide I'm coming in with too much speed. CP recognizes that, cuts back the other way, and I take Hartnell completely out of the play there. Better play would have been probably for me to stop here. Stop, we're getting to a more controlled state so I could turn back and at least be on the right side of the puck.
Through center to Krejci. To Giroux. Hartnell. Into the offensive zone. 3-on-2. Oh, he's leaving everybody behind him. What magic in the offensive end. Chara. To Seidenberg. To Lucic. Into the end. Quick shot. Scoring opportunity denied with that glove. Poke check on a scoring chance.
Good aggressive poke check for the goalie there.
Hartnell. Able to pick that puck up and able to control it to Sagan. Oh, gain some room. Intercepted. And that'll end the game. Philadelphia's victory.
There you go, able to pull out a little victory, but you saw some of the true performance skating in there, the explosiveness, the top end speed, the momentum, how it's really a game changer for us. You saw some of the creativity, the ability to control your lower body and have control of your player at all times. And then, you know, a lot of the EA Sports Hockey IQ and how the AI is a lot more intelligent this year. Here's some of the net cam as well. All the different strategies in the game. So really, you know, really proud of this gameplay overhaul that we were able to provide this year for the NHL 13. It plays extremely different than games of the past. So you have a quick little demo of NHL 13. Reminder, the demo dropped today and comes out in Xbox 360 and PS3 on September 11th.